Hey, what's up? I wanted to drop one of my prison videos on you real fast. I know I talk a lot about faith and things, and I cuss and do stuff like that because I'm not perfect, but I do believe. Actually, out here studying now, so my Bible like really got me through prison. Some it was the Quran for a minute, then it was the Bible, but just being grounded got me through it because a lot of people don't want to hear about God or don't want to hear about prayer or and dudes see you always sitting in the corner reading the word or with a Bible in your hand or with a book explaining the Bible. People people leave you alone as long as you're not straddling the fence. And when I say straddling the fence, I mean that you got the Bible in your hand one minute, then you kicking it, wilding out with your homeboys the next minute. But if you a type of person that's trying to chase the word, find God, and you stay out the way, people will let you really live in prison without messing with you at all. But I know in Virginia Beach jail they had this block. Let me put this do not disturb on. Do not disturb. In the Virginia Beach jail they had a block called the Christian block, and it was inside the jail. It was a block probably like with 8 to 10 people in it, and it was a privilege to go to this block. You had to be a certain security level. You couldn't have institutional infractions just to get put into this block. But the block was ran by the chaplain of the jail, and some people called it PC because dudes that had charges or was too scared to go around the general population, they would try to get into the Christian block because I mean theoretically you was protected. All that foolishness that was going on in the jail wasn't really going on in the Christian block. So I had went to the Christian block because dudes would see me always with my Bible. Then they always talk foolish. I asked people to be quiet. They was like, "Yo, they got a block where you could just go study at." So I went over there. He had to put in a request form, see the chaplain, request to get put on the list. They check your custody, check your institutional background, see what's going on, put me in the block. When they put me in the Christian block, the first thing I noticed was that it was cleaner than the rest of the jail, and it was quiet. They had quiet time. It was only certain times of the day that they could have idle conversations. Um, then the time was structured so you wake up. It was, you wake up 30 minutes before trays come. I think they would pray. Then you read a Bible verse. Then you get breakfast. Then most people would go to sleep after breakfast. Then count time. Where shift change, you would have to go stand up in front of your cell for count. After that, the day would start. They would have different pastors or the Mennonites would come in and talk to us. We would have assignments that people were working on depending on their progress in the block. So like everybody had a little syllabus and they work on their personal assignments. It was quiet time. It was prayer time. It was they had choir in there where dudes would get together and sing. One of the weird things was you couldn't play any games in there. So it wasn't no cards, no Monopoly, no spades, rummy, whatever, poker. It was just you, your thoughts, and the Word of God. Some of the guys in there was so. It didn't have doors. It had bars that closed the cell, so you could hear everything. And at nighttime, when the lights go out, it was quiet time until breakfast came around. So you couldn't like be in there talk to your cellmate like, "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" You couldn't do none of that because everybody would find out who it was and they would actually write you up. It was a privilege to be in the block. It was different. I think I stayed in that block for about 4 months. I had to get out of there. Um, I said something to a dude. I had a confrontation, just a verbal confrontation, and I said something. I don't remember what this was I said. It was so long ago. But however I said it, he took it the wrong way because, like, from my neighborhood where I grew up at, we talk one way. Where he from, they talk another way. So when I said what I said, it was just distorted, taken out of context, and they kicked my good Christian self right out that Christian block, put me back in population. Where is that? 3CF. No, that's Alexandria Jail. They put me back on the new side with the rest of the people, but the word to get you through. So not to mingle my posts, but I'm about to start reading the book of Daniel to understand it, because in my personal side, wife and I, we are fasting. So I'm read this book of Daniel. We're doing this Daniel fast. Understand what's going on. So y'all stay heavily motivated. Remember, these stories are not to promote violence, promote ignorance, or promote any kind of activity that leads you to going to jail. My goal is that through sharing my testimony and telling you what I've been through, that, maybe you won't go, or you can encourage someone not to go, or maybe just someone that's thinking about giving up on themselves can see me and know that I've been in them blocks, that I've been eating bean trays, that I had sweat meat, that I ate Blue Hill, that, making the swolls out of cold water, where you got to be like, yo, back shower, you straight. I've been there. Pill line, sick call, wreck moves. I've been there, but God's been good to me. Got me to another place, so I just be transparent with what's going on. But this is just an episode on my prison story series. A lot of people telling these prison stories about violence, violence, violence. It's not always that. There's people in prison that's actually trying to get themselves together and come home and be a father and be a husband and be a son. So I was one of them. So I'm a walking testimony. Peace.